So good morning, active traders, and welcome to our Trading Week Ahead broadcast. Merry Christmas and happy holidays. And speaking of holidays and presents and all that, I've got a bonus, big bonus stack for the All Access Pass now available. It's where you get access to over 400 webinars with me, 400 hours of webinars, I should say, with me, every 6 days a week, every single day of the week for an entire year. Except Sundays. So Monday through Saturday, you get live webinars with me, plus downloadable courses. And you can visit the information page at Crush Wall Street. I never extend deadlines, and this won't be any exception. So you won't see me extend it till New Year's. The Wednesday's the deadline. So this weekend's a good time. Today even, this morning would be a good time to order. And thanks to all of you who've been ordering. It's my best offer in the history of my company. You get my live room and all my other alert services, plus $1,000 worth of downloadable courses, offer under 1K. So you get the full value of what you invested back in downloadable course credit, plus 400 hours of webinars with me. So it's a lot of time. As always, all information's for educational use only. I am a real trader with tax return proof, which is rare. Why do all these gurus out there who claim to be making thousands of dollars a day fail to show any tax return proof? It's because they're con artists and full of crap. That's why. Pardon my French. Anyway, let's get on with it. If they can't show tax return proof and all they got is screen caps of some sketchy Bahamas broker, run away, run away, run away. A great line from the movie Monty Python and the Holy Grail, one of my favorite comedy movies featuring the team from across the pond there. Anyway, our S&P continues to rally to new highs. We're up at 3220 as of yesterday. A little doji up here. We got 3 red candles out of the last 5, but we're still in a very strong directional uptrend. So we're going to see which way things go. What you want to do in this market is isolate sectors that beat the market. For example, pharmaceuticals. It has a sharper slope of line and a more consistent uptrend. So within the stock market, you want to isolate industry groups or sectors where the money flow is the strongest, where you got sector rotation, say out of tech and into defensive plays like healthcare, and that would be things like pharmaceutical and biotechs and regular healthcare related instruments. So anyway, to scan, I mean, I do all the hard work for you guys, but if you want to do this on your own, it's a good idea to scan within the strongest sectors as an initial hunting ground, right? Semiconductors also, after a lull in November, picked up the heat and ran all December long, right? The base off that 50 SMA line right near 1660, currently at 1860, a 200-point run in the Philly semiconductor sector. And that's why I trade AMD and Micron, my 2 favorite semi stocks. Another one that you may want to put on the radar is Taiwan Semi. It's been a nice runner, but we don't want to touch it unless it recovers 60, right? This illustrates my successful approach that I published in Technical Analysis of Stocks and Commodities and Top Traders for 20 years is sell the nines. So if you trade within a 10-point region, say you buy right over 50, you'd sell 59. If you buy right over 20, let's say you buy something at $21, a best case exit target would be up near 29. So you always sell the nines. You can always rebuy if it does take out a new high. But this is a really good example of if you bought the 51, 52 where I started alerting folks, now would be a good time to cash in and take profit because we ran up to the 59, hence this rollover and this pullback. So always be cautious about the nines. A few other alerts that my members had gotten. These are all taken from my actual alerts that my members get, right? Because I want to show you examples of recent winners and do the math on how much money you could have made had you actually traded those, right? ISEE was one for my small cap scans members going from a base of, an origination back here at $1.50 or so, ran up to 4, then it doubled up to 8. So it's doubled a couple of times. ISEE is a nice firecracker of an instrument. It's got a bearish upper shadow, so we don't want to touch it unless it breaks out above 8.5. Is that Avon I hear at the door? Nope. But if it was, Avon Products continues to skyrocket, going from a base of 4 up to almost 6, near 570, 580. a nice momentum run. What I like about this is what? Remember what I mentioned earlier this morning about using volume to confirm triggers in a late cycle breakout market. Okay, if I was a talking head, that's one thing I would mention is, are we early cycle or late cycle? We're definitely very late cycle. The market's been running up over a couple of months now. So it's overdue for a big pullback. And so if you do want to go long into what's typically a Santa Claus rally week next week, make sure that you use increasing volume to confirm your entries. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to trade anything and hold it overnight if the volume is equal or less than the previous day or two volume. I want an increase in volume. And see, this AVP chart illustrates that nicely. You can see volume is up near 16, 18 million shares a day during this latest bid for a run. This could easily run to $7 or $8 a share, right? So, or it could drop back down to $4 a share. We don't know. That's what keeps it exciting, is we don't predict, we react. Now, one of my new traders had been asking me about, where do you predict something's going to go? I say, I don't know. As traders, we have no idea. We don't predict. What we can do is select and scan for the best high percentage charts that make sense, but we want to focus on guys like this that have increasing volume, large green candles, and a nice healthy 45-degree angle breakout with a directional uptrend. BIPS had been another pick for my members, and you can see the consistency of the chart. So if you're getting stopped out, you're probably trading haphazard random charts. I had asked this past week for people to give me stock picks of charts that they're trading, and fully half of them were horrible charts that I would never trade in a million years. And I always get that, or when I do money show appearances and I ask, give me a couple of tickers of what you're trading. Invariably, at least half of the picks are instruments that are more likely to stop out than produce a profit. It's like playing poker and you've got, I don't know, your early position and you got, I don't know, queen jack suited and somebody raises and that's all you got, you fold, right? You shouldn't, but people who don't know any better would say, well, it's face card, so I'm going to play it. They might get lucky, but over the course of 1,000 hands, they're going to lose, right? So put the odds in your favor. You know, I like playing blackjack and you've got a, I don't know, dealer has a 10 and you've got 16 and you hit or something like that. That's the right play, but you're still likely to, the correct play would not be to hit a 16 against a dealer showing a 10. It would be to surrender, right? Get half your bet back, which most people don't even know about. And some casinos don't offer. Don't get me started about 6-5 blackjack. I don't play blackjack anymore, but I used to because it's a lot of fun being a group of people against a dealer going bust, 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 like a midnight at Bellagio. It was a lot of fun on a Friday or Saturday night at the blackjack pits. Anyway, be sure to go to Bellagio. They got this new Mayfair shindig, the restaurant with the supper show that's launching New Year's Eve this year. I'm a big fan of Bellagio because they get it. They do things right. Anyway, back to our markets. Let's take a look at a couple of day trading charts. CAG was a monster runner here. For those of you who were with me last week, you remember how well the picks worked out. And just a reminder that this is another of many hundreds of patterns that you'll learn once you join my All Access Pass offer for this upcoming year. You have my word, it's absolutely worth it. You're getting over 400 hours with me for less than 1K, which is a bargain. Normally I charge $1,500 for a 2-day seminar, which is 16 hours. And you probably saw the video testimonials from so many hundreds of people that love my live events. Well, you're getting an even better deal at the All Access Pass at crushwallstreet.com. But back to it, one of the patterns I teach is after a big candle day, a big range day like we had in ConAgra on Thursday, and this is a 2-day chart. This is Thursday, this is yesterday. We tend to have a narrower range day on the day after that. You get a big candle day followed by a flat candle day. And if you look on the daily chart, you can see evidence of that. A big candle day, this is maybe kind of a medium candle day yesterday, but relatively compressed, half the volume, or I should say, well, half the volume and half the volatility. Almost exactly half the volume and 50% of the volatility that we saw on Thursday. So armed with that knowledge, the deployment, and that's nice to know that that's a consistent pattern, the deployment, how you take action on that to avoid false breakouts is to use a little more conservative long triggers. So I told folks we'd wait till 35.30, and that never hit yesterday, so that's fine. Not trading this yesterday was a wise decision because it only ran up like $1 or so all day long, whereas the previous day it had ran from 30 to 35, almost 5 points. So it had a near 5-point range day followed by a very little compressed 1-point range day. The mistake trade, and the reason I mention that is the mistake that a lot of traders, especially newer traders, will make is they will incorrectly assume that because there was a big day yesterday, it's going to be another big day today. And previous days gainers are useful to put on the radar for, say, all week. Like I'll be trading this next week as well if it does continue up and have a strong gap continuation day. But we want to expect that, Monday may be slow. Actually, all of next week may be a bit slow. We may get that Santa Claus rally, or we may see the Grinch steal Christmas, but either way, you want to play carefully and cycle back and forth with your trades in a way that makes sense. So when you see a big day, expect that the next day is going to be narrower, and don't trade the day after a gap, or don't trade the day after a big range day. It's a smart idea, because usually you get this big day, like Bed Bath & Beyond also had a similar pattern. A big range day followed by a compressed day. Hey, Wendy, how you doing? Yeah, last year, the Christmas Eve crash. That's why I was trading TVIX on the way up. Banked some profit on that guy. But then the market recovered the day after Christmas, right? The 26th, the market bounced and never looked back. So anything's possible in our current market. Another pattern that I want you to be aware of is, a nice multi-point range. Never underestimate the power of the force. And never underestimate the power of a breakout, because this looked expensive at 48, but yet it ran another 3 whole points. And if you don't know how to trade breakouts, you sit on your hands and watch it run up without you. And that's no fun. You want to make money in breakout trades. So expect that strong breakouts, especially with high volume like we saw yesterday in this Carnival CCL chart, ran all the way from 47 to 51. So it had a 4-point run in that chart, and it was a good setup. Now, given that this is a big range day yesterday, what do you expect on Monday? Do you expect A, a big huge run in Carnival on Monday, or B, a flat, do nothing, skip it? Maybe in the new year it's worth trading again, or possibly on Tuesday on the half day we're going to get the day before Christmas. Remember, the markets are closed for Christmas Day Wednesday and the early 1 p.m. close on Tuesday. So neither day is likely to be worth trading. Most traders are, the big money traders are off in the Hamptons or Boca or whatever, celebrating their wonderful year, spending their bonuses, and we're likely not to see a huge move, at least Monday and Tuesday. We might see something after Christmas Day, the 26th, 27th, and the following week right before New Year's is likely to be a hot market. But Monday and Tuesday, that's another valuable intel. I could be wrong. We may have a big rally day in Wall Street on Monday, but I doubt it. It's more likely to be kind of a subdued market pre-Christmas Monday, Tuesday. So play it safe, play it cautiously. You're right, flat, exactly right. Right, Mira, Jurgen, MS, Eric. Right, retracement. Right, Mike, yeah. Right, Bob, yeah, flat. So may get a retracement. As an active trader who's been doing this for 21 years, one thing that I think can help is to identify relationships between the variables that make up for a successful trading platform or trading approach, or your thesis. The components of your trading strategy should all be focused on rockstar charts only, tight stops, re-entries, position sizing and scaling, and also understanding from a variance standpoint, process variation standpoint, what's most likely to occur next. What's the next? If this was one episode of a TV show, what's next episode likely to look like? From a price action standpoint, what's likely to occur? The unsurprising thing would be maybe a small gap down to 49 and it chops around. Same thing on Tuesday. Maybe Thursday it lifts, and maybe Friday it does a nice big breakout kind of thing. That's the thinking you've got to take, is The only prediction you want to do as a trader is based on volatility and the patterns that we see. AMD was a good winner for us yesterday. Congrats to all my live room members and myself for profiting in this one. This illustrates the pattern of an ascending trend line pre-market, and it's extremely valuable technique. Typically what you see is very choppy. Either you'll see in those horrible low float momentum $3 stocks that run up and then run right back down again, you'll often see a pre-market spike up, and then in market it grinds and drops all day. So that's not worth trading. Or the other pattern that we've seen lately is a gap up that just kind of fiddles around and goes sideways and consolidates, kind of up and down within a tight range. That's okay, but it's much better to have a steady uptrend like we saw not only in this AMD chart, but also notably in our TQs ETF, right? This is an ideal chart pattern. When it was here, I was telling my traders in the live room, at that time, that's a perfect chart pattern where the previous day had a high volume close following a 45-degree angle breakout. Current day also has a 45-degree angle pre-market, which is rare and valuable because it often does this. It spikes up, right? Schwang. So the Schwang play, not to be confused with Feng Shui. Touchdown. Trader had asked about that one. I like the recent buying in Uber. I think this one ended up doing better than Lyft, but from a transport standpoint, you may want to keep an eye on the airlines too. But Uber did a nice end of day run yesterday. So not my cup of tea because I don't like to trade the afternoon or the lunch hour. I will mainly trade the open and on a rare occasion trade the close if I see something worth a shot. Like I successfully traded TVIX into the close. I bought it to 55 and it ran up to the 90. Then retraced back down to 60. I'm still in. Anyway, really good charts to work with. So develop for yourself an understanding. I think that working with me, one of the biggest benefits that traders have told me over the last 20 years is I like to keep things simple in terms of trades, entry and exit strategies. But I also like to focus on the best charts. So that way we're starting off with, blue skies. We're not trading stormy weather. We're trading charts that actually have good profit potential. And then again, the trick is, like I said yesterday, for all my live room members, RAD and AMD, Rite Aid and American Micro were my two favorite picks. And sure enough, those two ran like gangbusters. So a trader asked me, can you narrow your list of 10 that you're following down to a couple or something like that? Or what were your favorites? I think he asked. And I said AMD and Rite Aid were my two favorites. And Rite Aid's clearly the best of those two based on the point range. So if you want to learn how to identify the right kind of charts that are actually worth trading and very specific entries and live real-time exits for both day and swing trades, certainly be sure to join the All Access offer. All right, we're going to wrap up in just a minute. Let me know if any parting questions. I wanted to wish you all the best for a happy holiday season. I've got swing scans coming up in 10 minutes for all of my swing scans and All Access members. Just a friendly reminder, it is available for the next few days. I've got some countdown timer in there somewhere. But trademastery.com/all access. You get to work with me for hundreds and hundreds of hours and ask lots of questions and get answers and hopefully make a meaningful, strategic, step-by-step approach that improves your trading outcomes and gets you on the right side of what's actually worth trading out there and how it works. So I hope to see you as an All Access member. I just wanted to ask, we've had so many new orders coming in this past week because it's a great offer. It's normally, I would say the retail on my alert services would be over $4,000 a year, and the regular retail is $24.95, which is almost half that. But I'm offering less than half that, like even 70% off that. So it's only $9.97 for over 400 hours of live webinars with me, which should be all you need, right? There's plenty of time to work with me and ask lots of questions and get answers that are meaningful, that are specific, that are well thought out, that are based on real money trade experience, and hopefully makes a difference. So, good question from John. Why would Carnival go up when they had a ship collision? I don't know. That's kind of like the wrong question for a trader. Maybe an investor might be interested. I'm just wondering, where do I hit the ask And then where do I sell at the bid? And how much money could I make on the breakout? I don't care if they go out of business tomorrow. You know, I'm a day trader. But yeah, I have no idea why the price went up despite a collision. That's a good question though, but it's not one for a trader. Hey, Mukesh. Mukesh is saying 2 Carnival cruise ships collided and no major damage, hence the went up maybe. Well, thanks, Ergen, saying he likes my Pink Panther theme. I'm a good jazz musician. Done well, Ken. Thank you. I appreciate it. Trading and teaching is my primary passion, but jazz music is my other passion. I like to play tenor sax almost daily now. And I hire some of the very best top-level professional, you know, in many cases award-winning gold record, you know, horn players for private Skype lessons, and learn the ins and outs and details of stuff that I don't know, because I spend my life trading. I don't spend my life playing jazz, but I do spend a handful of hours, usually every day or every other day, playing tenor sax like I was yesterday. I also play my keyboards in the evening with my wife and daughter are amazed that I can pull up any random song on YouTube and play along with it instantly. But if you're a musician, you got a perfect pitch and all that, you can instantly identify the chord changes and how to play with it. As a trader, you need to identify not chord changes, but price action changes in your charts. And you really want to capitalize on the right kind of charts. The example I was giving my traders yesterday was the note duration. Kind of like playing a musical instrument, you don't hold a quarter note 3 beats, right? You hold it 1 beat. And your trades are often the profit, the exfil, the exit. I need to go because I got swing scans. But your profitable exits are usually earlier than you would feel comfortable with. Because think about it. You know, if you're doing what the rest of the crowd is doing, you're screwing up. You're late. Good trades are usually late to get in. Be conservative on your entry. Don't get in at the first sign of a move, because that'll usually stop you out. Wait till it's built up enough directional volatility to likely run up for you a nice amount, which is what I teach in the live room and in swing scans. And then at the first sign of trouble, go to cash, at least half the position, and bank a quick profit. So most traders have it backwards. They're early to get in and they're late to get out. You don't want to do that. You want to be kind of conservative and late to get in and then out at the very first sign of trouble. And I realize often that leads me to get out sooner than I should. Like I had a failed trade in Ameritrade. I bought near the exact bottom at like 32 or 34, and I sold it 2 days later because the market was down and it was going down that day. And then it runs up to 54 without me. So occasionally I'll miss out on big runs, but I'd rather take a lot of small profits over and over again rather than risk more in pursuit of large gains. I like to play it safe and play it conservative. I learned that over the last 20 odd years, but thanks. All right, well, I've got to run. You folks have an outstanding Christmas coming up this Wednesday. It's already Christmas in just a few short days. Happy holidays to all of you, and please be safe out there. Drive safe, for Pete's sake. That's our biggest risk management factor, is driving a motor vehicle. So, especially if you live in a place like I do here in Colorado, where people are smoking and eating pot and all that kind of stuff, it's dangerous out there. So be safe, but celebrate. You know, it's a good time to celebrate and reflect back on our successes and our screw ups and areas for improvement in our lives and our trading, and hopefully start turning the corner and making bigger winning trades more often. So be sure to join me. Go to www.crushwallstreet.com. I hope to be able to work with you next year. It's a lot more training than I can fit into an hour here and there on the weekend. So join me, and I will see you next time. Take care, and best wishes for a very happy and safe, peaceful, relaxing holiday season. And Swing Scans members, I'll see you guys in about 5 minutes. Good question from Don. Do I journal trades and record recaps? No. Hey, BR is saying I should come down to New Orleans to enjoy your music. Yeah. I used to date a jazz singer, a beautiful woman from New Orleans once, and she used to sing Billie Holiday songs, and I'd accompany her on alto sax at that time at open mic nights, and that was kind of fun. But I've never been down to the Big Easy. The closest I've been is watching a pretty good TV series, that NCIS New Orleans or whatever it is. Pretty good show, but I've never been down there myself. But yeah, it'd be great to get down there, especially the food too. The food would be great. Get some good Southern cooking. All right, Mark. Yeah, best market lately since '99. It sure is. Hey, you too, Long. Thank you very much for your teaching. Have happy holidays. You too. Appreciate y'all very much for being here. I realize there's things you could do. Christmas is best in New Orleans, casino in the north and near Biloxi. Okay, good to know. I still want to go to Bellagio for Christmas because the conservatory looks great. They've got a huge Christmas tree and a couple of polar bears and all kinds of stuff. The cage manager at Bellagio, a woman who, like most of the employees at Bellagio, have been there and stayed there since the property opened. It's 12 or 15 years ago. And, she was saying the conservatory is beautiful at Bellagio at Christmas. So one of these days I'll make it, but my schedule's way too busy with all the training and trading we're doing. So anyway, take care. Best wishes for a very Merry Christmas. Be safe, and I will see you same time next week. And in the meantime, we've got swing scans coming right up.